Welcome to another episode of Kookievision. In this video, I'm going to be making some Leaning Tower of Pisa cookies. Now, I didn't actually have a Leaning Tower of Pisa cutter, so I used a plaque cookie cutter, and I cut out like a tuft of grass with the tower on top of it, and I just put this onto some cardboard and then cut it out. And I'm tracing it with an edible dye marker made by Americolor. And I'm just going to take a piping consistency green, and I'm outlining the bottom half of the cookie, or the bottom part of the cookie where the grass is. And I'm just going to fill that in with a flooding consistency green of the same color. And I'm just using my scribe tool to even it all out. Next, I'm using this lovely sky blue color. It's a number 2 tip with a piping consistency, and I'm just outlining the rest of the cookie as well as the tower itself, and I'm going to be filling this in with the sky blue color in a flooding consistency. And once the sky is flooded with the blue, I want to let this dry for a little while, at least until it crusts over, and then I can fill in the tower with white. You could also use an off-white or a very light gray as well, but I've chosen to use white in this case. And I've let this crust over a little bit, and I have this white flooding consistency royal icing in a squeeze bottle, and I'm just filling in the tower and using my scribe tool to get it all towards the edges, just to give it some nice sharp corners, and getting rid of any air bubbles as well. And with the same flooding consistency white, I just piped a little bit on top, a little rough kind of oval here, and I'm using my scribe tool to shape it into a rectangle, just to give it some little points on the edges and make it look like a flag. So I've let this dry completely now overnight, and I'm using a black dye that I've mixed with a touch of vodka to make it more paintable, and I just did the flagpole on top. And I'm doing the same thing with some blades of grass, and this is a green dye mixed with a touch of vodka, again to make it more paintable. And I'm just using a liner brush to give some quick little blades of grass, make it look a little bit more textured. So now I'm going to do the details of the tower, and I'm just outlining the bottom half with a number 1 tip. You could also use a 00 tip if you want it to be very small, and I'm just outlining the middle section and the top section. And for the middle section, I'm dividing it into 6 sections, just like the actual tower itself. And just to mention, this is a white piping consistency royal icing. So next I'm going to be doing a series of arches. So I've got 3 bigger arches on the bottom, and then I'm going to pipe a series of very small arches, almost like a scallop shape on each of these 6 levels, just to make them look like the arches that you see in the tower. And I'll add some smaller arches to the top as well as a little circle in the middle, and re-outlining the top a little bit. I am doing the flag now, and this is accomplished using the same technique as I used for the flagpole and the grass. It's just diluted food dye that I've diluted with some vodka, and I'm just using a brush to do the green on the left of the flag, leaving the middle white, and then doing the red on the outside on the right, and that is the Italian flag. So next I'm going to outline the entire thing just to make it look a little bit more decorative. And I'm just going to give some little loop-de-loops in the top as well, just 2 of them, and then 3 on the outside, just because I have a little bit more room to play with. And I'm just thinking that this will make it look a little bit more fancy, a little bit more pretty. So that's what I've done with this cookie. and hopefully I've done the Leaning Tower of Pisa justice. I've never actually been there before, so I'm hoping that anybody who's seen it up real close can justify that this does look like the Leaning Tower of Pisa. So thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to like me on Facebook and on Instagram. Bye!